motivation and preparation led to a new sensation, new creation. That's what you're facing. Now watch my elevation.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is: do you want to see Derek Chisora fight the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder? And the reason why we're asking this question is because Derek Chisora called him out at the end of the fight, say he wants to fight Deontay Wilder next. I'm turning it over to Trill Dollar Bill. You've been pushing for Chisora Joe Joyce fight, but Chisora wants Deontay Wilder. Do you want to see that fight?
All money ain't good money. I'm gonna start off by saying that. All money ain't good money. This is what Eddie paid a man. You see, he got him. He's figuring like he got to call out Wilder to get like the crazy money that he should have been, that he deserves. No, man. I said put him in there with the juggernaut. I don't think Del Boy can win that fight, but I think it will be competitive, and he won't take the damage if he would fight somebody like a Deontay Wilder. I think it'll just be different. I think he can't win. It's not a good look. I wouldn't want to see that. That would hurt. I wouldn't want to see that. That would be bad. That would be bad. All money ain't good money, man. Leave that alone. Leave that one alone.
All right, Conspiracy G.
All right. I actually disagree with Trill on this one. I sit the other way around.
Guillotine style.
I'm gonna be honest. Well, it's definitely gonna be a funeral. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be splattered fish and chips all over the ring. But, however, I'm just saying, walk with me on this. The fact that Chisora literally had to get on that mic and ask for a big payday from Eddie told me, man, this dude needs this bread, bro, for his family, right? And how I look at it is like a fight with Chisora versus Joe Joyce. I don't think he's gonna get a big payday. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pulev has a bigger name, or arguably a bigger name than Joe Joyce. So, he's not gonna really make that type of money, but he would definitely make that type of money fighting against a Deontay Wilder. Now, I was like, Wilder, should you even take that fight? You're not going to get credit for knocking out a Chisora. But however, I think this is good for Wilder because, one, this is just a get back in the ring fight, after the loss to Tyson Fury. And two, Wilder could, go over there to the UK, fight in the UK, and possibly win over some fans in the UK from fighting a Chisora, right? And if Chisora does get knocked out, I'm going to be honest with you. I think getting knocked out by Wilder is safer than getting bludgeoned to death by Joe Joyce. Because Joe Joyce is punching this guy multiple times, round after round after round. With Wilder, once that right hand lands, you're going down, you're going to sleep. I think that's safer for a guy like Chisora, especially at his age and all the war scars that he has. I think he should just have a clean payday. Wilder could get him out of there round 1 or 2. It's not that, it's still going to be difficult, recovering from a punch from a Wilder. But I think a Joe Joyce type of punishment is much harder on the body and on the brain. And I just don't think Chisora needs that at this time in his life. So to me, Wilder is a huger name. That means it'll generate way more money for him. Eddie could get him the big bag that he's looking for, and then he could just retire. And even if he gets injured from Wilder, at least his career is done. He doesn't have to go back into the ring, struggling to pay bills and to pay private school for his kids. He could just eat off of that for the rest of his life, man. So I do agree with the Chisora versus Wilder fight because I think it's a win-win for both gentlemen. The Joyce thing, I don't know if I could co-sign that.
I don't know. It'd be competitive. And a chance that he might can sneak one. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. With all due respect to Chisora, I like my man Ward Chisora. Bro, he's gonna get violated.
He's coming off the biggest win of his career, G.
Yeah, Come on, G.
Exactly. That, you see, his biggest career win is a Pulev rematch. Wilder and my man Juggernaut. Bronze Bomber or the Juggernaut gonna murder this man. So it's like, what you want to get shot by? You want to take multiple 9mm shots to the body or just one shotgun head blast? I'm gonna take the shotgun head blast. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro.
You might survive the 9mm shots. Look at 50.
Look
You know
at 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The rest of his life is gonna be peeing out of a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Just take my life, man. Listen.
Oh man.
With my insurance money, I could feed my kids for life, all of that. You know, so I'm just saying I think Chisora needs to go for the big bucks and cash out. Wilder is the cash out. Joe Joyce is just another fight, more punishment, more brain damage. It's not worth it.
I mean, I agree with both of you somewhat. This is like, what do you want? Death by the electric chair or death by the firing squad? Either way, you're going down. Yo, it's not. This is. I don't see Chisora being either of these guys. So you know, I do think Wilder would get him out of there faster. Wilder's just explosive, powerful, and you know, you'll see like there's levels. Like when I'm watching Pulev land his right hand on Chisora, and I know it's nowhere near as fast and as lethal as Deontay Wilder's. I'm thinking, yeah, if Wilder's throwing that at you, bro, it's a whole nother ball game. I do think Wilder sometimes gets disrespected and overlooked. And for me, it wasn't a matter of disrespecting Deontay Wilder. It was just calling out the flaws in his resume, which we all seen, if we're being honest. But if we're being honest, Tyson Fury is arguably the best fighter of this generation, and Deontay Wilder dropped him 4 times. That elevates Wilder. Deontay Wilder took a beating from Tyson Fury for 7 rounds in the second fight and for 11 rounds in their third fight. Both fights, he took more punishment than Dillian White was able to take in the fight that he had with Deontay Wilder. So that also elevates. Huh?
Dillian White with Tyson Fury.
Yeah, Dillian White with Tyson Fury. So all that elevates Deontay Wilder in my eyes to say, like, you gotta respect him more. If you didn't respect him at, you know, when Fury stopped him and you celebrated, which I did because I predicted it, and you know, I'm having my, you know, back and forth with G and Complex, and so I'm like, yeah, you know, Fury did it for your boy, and Fury did it for your boy again in the third fight. But if you're comparing now performances, and you got to give it to Wilder that he can take a good punch now. Look what he did with Fury. And Fury had to hit Wilder several times to stop him. He hit Dillian once. Hit Dillian once, and it was lights out. It was lights out. So, you know, I think you got to give Deontay Wilder his props. You know, Derek Chisora fought Tyson Fury as well, and he went the distance, and then he lost us the second one. So you got to give Deontay Wilder his credit. So for me, when I look at Deontay Wilder, I'm saying, like, where does he rank in the top 5? You know, you can debate it. Can he beat all these other guys? But I give him a way better chance now than I used to. You know, I give him way more respect now than I used to. I used to think Dillian White could beat Deontay Wilder. I no longer think that. I used to think Derek Chisora might actually give Deontay Wilder problems. I no longer think that. So, again, I think Wilder gets him out of there. Joe Joyce, I see where you're coming from, Trill. The onslaught that Chisora gives you for the first 4 rounds with Joe Joyce's limited speed, I think Chisora is going to have success in those first 4 rounds. But this is what's going to happen.
Yes.
As soon as he starts to slow down, Joe Joyce is going to take that head clean off. When he goes against those ropes, and those ropes are holding him up, Joe Joyce going to punch him through them ropes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be. But I do think he's going to have a better performance Now, with that being said, I think he should stay away from both of them. Here's a guy I think he should go after, and I think he can make some decent money and win, which would set him up for another fight. Andy Ruiz is fighting Luis Ortiz. I believe that Andy Ruiz is going to beat Luis Ortiz. So if that happens, Derek Chisora can bring Luis Ortiz to England, and I think that'll be a big money fight. I also think, they're talking about him fighting Chris Arreola and Adam Kalinowski. I don't think those are going to be good fights. Another fight that I think Frank Warren would be tempted to make, although he doesn't want to work with Eddie, is Daniel Dubois versus Derek Chisora, because you still got an up-and-coming fighter who you're trying to build up. And the gatekeeper, the great gatekeeper, is right there, Derek Chisora, and it would do a lot for Daniel Dubois' career to beat Derek Chisora, which is, I think, is a better fight to make for Derek Chisora. And, if you're Frank Warren and you're looking to do business with Eddie Hearn, I think the Daniel Dubois fight is a better fight than the Joe Joyce fight. I still think Dubois will, but I think Chisora can hurt Dubois too. See, that's more of a 50-50 fight. Joe Joyce and Deontay Wilder, they'll beat Derek Chisora, and I'm pretty confident in that.
But there's no money in maybe there might be some money in a Dubois fight, but
I think there's money in Dubois fight.
Payday. Wilder's the big payday.
Dubois a big payday.
Overpay him, Eddie, like you overpaid some other guys.
Eddie ain't in a position to overpay anybody anymore. Listen.
Hold up. I have to hate on Chisora for 1 second too, because I forgot. First, Chisora was like, "Yo, where's Conor been at?" I'm like, bro, you don't need to call out another man's pockets. Higher pay. Conor Ben ain't got nothing to do with your business dealings with Eddie. Yeah, I thought that was hate. I ain't like that. I just put that out there. I forgot
he was ready to go after another ant. But I honestly, I think that Daniel Dubois is a big fight. Just as big as Joe Joyce would be, and I think he's probably just as big as Deontay Wilder would be in the UK, to tell you the truth. Maybe even bigger, because there's a lot of people in the UK who believe in Daniel Dubois.
There's no way Daniel Dubois is as big as Wilder. There's
in the UK, I said.
Even on Daniel Dubois' street, bro, Wilder is going to sell out more than Dubois. Let's just keep it 100.
I don't know about that.
Nah, I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, you act like don't get. Hey, I've been giving Wilder props, but you act like Wilder sells out in America.
Hey,
he don't even sell out in America. Don't get me started now.
You're a different animal in America.
Don't get me started.
You're a different animal over here.
Listen, I get it that it'll be, it'll probably be, if it does sell out, because people are looking at it like a potential fight for Joshua, like, Wilder, Joshua, whatever. So that would be more the lore. But I still feel like there's a lot of people who are going to be like in the UK, like, I'm not paying to see Wilder slaughter that lamb.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.